What's up, Cancer? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a general full moon tarot reading for the full moon coming up on January 25th. This will be a full moon at 5 degrees Leo. It will be at 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be in the 10th mansion of the moon. I will put a picture of the 10th mansion up. You can read about it. It's good for learning, healing, and overcoming your enemies. But the one caveat is it's very auspicious for drug use or alcohol abuse or anything along those lines. So be careful about that at this time. For a Cancer ascendant, you're talking, your first or second house. And I'll explain the astrology a little bit. The moon will be opposite the sun, touching, and also opposite Pluto, which Pluto can represent rage. But that sun will be conjunct at Pluto. Oh, right there. And the moon will be touching it. So I would say be very careful of anger at this time. The anger is probably going to stem from what's going on in the world, whether it be political or, wars or anything like that. It may be really upsetting individuals because, Aquarius is the sign that Sun and Pluto are in. It's also square Jupiter. And, with the first or second house, that's this house of self. So I would just be really careful. Be careful of overindulgence, because Jupiter represents expansion. And in a square, it could be over expanding or overindulgence in something. And with first or second house, it could be money. And it could just be, overexposure of self or like overly trying to put yourself out there, because that can also be dangerous. But with that being said, we're going to get you a Celtic Cross Tarot spread, Cancer. Ooh, something about a wish or a dream that you have. You're feeling stuck in it. You've been working your butt off. You feel like you're being, somebody's behind your back, you're being sabotaged. Maybe not. We'll see. Get the moon card here. I don't know if someone is, or you're just thinking someone may be. Most of the time, I think it's when we're suspicious of someone. A lot of times, it's just we think they are, because people are so wrapped up in themselves most of the time. They're not really too concerned about what we're doing individually. Believe in the impossible. So this is something about a dream, and whatever this dream is you have is a big dream. This is something huge, because it's saying believe in the impossible. So whatever your dream is, it's like miracle stuff. Only you can know what that is, Cancer. But you're feeling stuck in it right now. You don't feel like it is being accomplished, but it's saying believe in the impossible. And that's what faith is, right? Everybody's like, oh, you have to have faith, and it's always associated with God or spirituality when they say faith. But what faith is what your individual beliefs are. And those are all different for everybody, right? You have your own biases. You think in your own way. You have your own filter. You've had your own experiences, sociological, ecological, psychological. I mean, there's so many different, economic. There's so many different influences throughout your life, right? Moral, dogmatic, all those things influence us, and we're all unique. And through all of that, we decide what the things are that we believe are true. And that's what faith is. True belief, like this is what it is, and you have no doubt about it. Those things that like, this is what it is, So you have to have that, even if it's a dream that seems impossible, you have to look at it in that way. That is absolutely the case, and is absolutely the truth, and is absolutely meant for you. There's nothing that can change it. And that's basically what this is saying. You feel like you're being sabotaged in some way, whether it be your own thoughts, which is probably the case, by the way, because if you have any doubt of it being a possibility, even if it's a huge dream, like I dream of winning the lottery, it's like 1 in 350 million odds, right? You have to believe it's true, and then let it unfold in its way. You don't have to focus on it anymore. Once you believe that it is fact and it is faith, you have faith, it's absolute truth, then it can proceed in its own way. Now, you can't put a timetable necessarily on it. You can't put a specific set of parameters in the way that it has to occur, because it has to occur in its own way. There's so many different variables going on around us at any one time in reality. All kinds of different energies and stimulus. Everything is moving. So you can't really be like, it has to happen in this way, because there's too much going on, too many variables. But believe that it's going to happen. How it happens, when exactly it happens, just know that it is going to happen. This looks like this is the recent past. This is you being very, set and stable in whatever your belief is in this. This is like you were confident about what this is it's accomplished. For some people, because this is saying believe in the impossible. So whatever this dream is that you had is a huge dream. This is something that most people just would, the average person, you'd be like, is this possible? They'd probably be like, nah. But you believe it is, or at least that's what you want. And if you believe it is, and you don't sabotage yourself, it will. Now, could you believe that someone else is doing this, or you think there's some kind of forces around you? That's still your own mind. Even if you believe that's happening, it's still your mind that's believing it's happening, even if it's other people. And no one really can stop it. Only you can. If you let other people influence you into believing it's not possible, or believing that it's not, or even giving you the slightest bit of doubt, then yeah, they did, but really you did, because you allowed it to put those thoughts in your head. So it really still falls on you, right? It's, you've been working your butt off. You really want this to occur, whatever this is, and you've been working hard on it. And this shows it. It's the conscious influence. The unconscious influence is very secretive, mysterious type energy, right? This is occult. This is wisdom. This is divine power, right? Look at the moon down there in the bottom of that card. The moon is the mind in astrology. The moon is the inner world, right? So again, it kind of points back to your inner world and your inner self. You've got to adjust the mechanism. You have to get the mechanism, the mind, and the heart in alignment, working together. And I feel like that's what this is saying. And it's not happening right now. At least in the immediate future, you feel like it's not happening, right? This is you, supposed to be you right now. You're very passionate about whatever this is, and you want to be this individual. You want to be assertive. You want to be looked up to. You want to be shown as someone who's out there getting things done. Someone to be admired, kind of thing. And if you look at the salamander down there, that's alchemical for fire. This is, a fiery sign. You may have fire in your chart. In your environment is the give and take, right? There's some kind of generosity in your environment, whether it's you giving, and it definitely could be, and it could be, or somebody's giving to you in some way. This could be family from your past. This could be, maybe you're giving to family from your past. Maybe you're associating with family from your past. Maybe this is young children in your family, your actual children. It could be, nieces and nephews, things like that. They're in your environment right now for whatever reason. It looks like a family thing, to be fair. It could be just your family. The advice is saying, focus on the family. Focus on what your faith really is. This is where the faith really is, right? The happy home, the family, the love, all these things. This is the true faith. Put the faith in this. Maybe it's that you're focusing on, you're having to specifically get whatever this thing is, and that's what's going to lead to this. But no. Focus on this. Don't worry about the how or the why. Focus on the family, the happiness, the love, and then just let the other stuff occur, right? This is where faith really is, and that's probably what this is saying. Don't put your faith in any thing or any exterior idea. Put it inside, right? Put it in your home. Put it in what you know is good and what you love. This will keep your feelings positive. This will keep you happy, and that alone will help bring forth, things that you think are good. Because if you feel things are good and you're always thinking that things are good, if you're overworking yourself, you're going to have a hard time being happy and feeling positive. If you think and you feel in a positive manner, more positive things are going to be there, because that's all existence is a reflection. Your eyes are reflecting stuff, lights hitting things and bouncing and hitting your eyes. It's just reflections, mirrors. Your eyes are mirrors. Everything that you see is bouncing off of it. It's a mirror. It's all reflection, and it's going through your filter and coming back out. And that's the give and the take, and it's just energy and light and communication. The more positive you are, the more reflective, positive energy, boom, it's going to get bounced back. It's going to happen in all kind of different ways. And if you have your focus set on what it is that you're really trying to accomplish, not like, if I get this thing, then I'll get this. No, focus on this. Whatever the other things are, don't attribute anything else than what the real goal is. Just focus on the goal. All the other stuff will take care of itself. Because that's how it works. There's too many variables. So don't try to control the specific one thing because you think it's going to give you this. Focus on what you're trying to get. And then let everything else work itself out in its own time and in its own way. And you're going to get it, because the outcome is moving forward emotionally, happy, getting to offer that cup. Getting to offer maybe the world something of value. Maybe you feel like that's what it is. You want to give something out of yourself that you feel is very valuable. Maybe not necessarily to the world, but just to others, or just to a few others. Maybe just to your family even. And even if you help one life, is that not enough, right? I believe it is. And believe in the impossible, because you can do it. All right, Cancer. With that being said, that's all I have. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. It does help the algorithm, and I would really appreciate it. I'm going to start working on doing actual astrology videos here pretty soon. I'm going to start out with Saturn because he's a very important planet, the karma planet. So it's very important to pay attention to him and do a chart and work out your karma. He's the one that you want to look at, how strong he is in your chart. But anyway, you don't have to like, subscribe, and comment if you don't want to, though. I would really appreciate it. Either way, thanks for being here, Cancer, and I hope to see you here again. Happy full moon.